Welcome back to Cape Critiquers, everybody. Today, Marvel announced majority of their cast for Avengers Doomsday in like a 5.5 hour presentation. It was just all casting chairs. I
didn't know it was that long.
It was like 5.5 hours.
What else did they do?
That was it.
Just bring people on, like
Not
by
even-
name,
Yeah, just names really, except for.
but over a 5.5 hour.
So what
period.
it was is like it started with a lie. It was rumored that they were gonna have an announcement today of some kind. I sent it to Jack, and I saw like a bunch of leakers were like, "Yeah, it's a whole nothing burger," and then they just fucking announced the cast for Doomsday.
And these people are all signed on, confirmed.
Yeah, I can't imagine that they would announce it like
No,
this if
no,
they're
no.
not.
I mean, I saw Namor's on there, and
Yeah.
you know,
We'll go through the whole list. All right, so the full cast list for Avengers Doomsday so far, just before we even start, Robert Downey Jr. put out some kind of post saying that it was like a great lineup of talent, and then Marvel Entertainment or Marvel Studios, whatever, was like,
how behind this is Robert Downey Jr.? I mean, he's got to be part of the executive.
probably.
Yeah. Because I saw only really the end of this, and he was sitting in his chair and
Yeah.
turned around. So I thought that was pretty telling.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine he's pretty in deep with production of this. What I was going to say, though, is Marvel Studios commented back to him saying basically that they're not done announcing who's going to be in this movie, because there's a whole bunch of people that like seems like they're going to be in it that just have not been announced yet. We'll start listing off. We have Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, Simu Liu as Shang-Chi. Finally, fucking Shang-Chi's back. Tom Hiddleston as Loki. Lewis Pullman as the Sentry, Florence Pugh as Yelena. So, I mean, just those two alone is spoilers for Thunderbolts, which kind of suck. Danny Ramirez as the Falcon, which we were told, basically, in Captain America. Ian McKellen is back as Magneto. Sebastian Stan as Bucky. Winston Duke as M'Baku. Hemsworth is back as Thor. Kelsey Grammer as Beast. James Marsden is back as Cyclops. Channing Tatum is back as Gambit, which is a funny one, given that they did not announce either Hugh Jackman or Ryan Reynolds for this.
But
They're both going to be in it. Wyatt Russell as the U.S. agent, which is a really weird one, honestly. Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. Rebecca Romijn.
Who did she play?
Mystique. Regime?
Call us.
Rebecca Romijn as Mystique. Patrick Stewart as Professor X. Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler. Latita Wright as Black Panther. Tanak Huerta Meja as Namor. Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. Hannah John Kamen as Ghost. Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm. David Harbour as the Red Guardian. That one was really shocking to me. I didn't think he was making it out of Thunderbolt. Eben Moss Backrack as The Thing. Anthony Mackie as Captain America. And, of course, Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom.
Kind of feels like they really think that Thunderbolts is going to be big.
I think it will be, but
I think Thunderbolts is going to be big.
Well, I'm just saying,
funny
like, they
that-
think it's going to be like Guardians type shit.
Yeah, it's funny that any of them, aside from like Bucky and maybe Yelena, would even be in this. I can't understand why we need Ghost as a part of the Avengers to kinda, you know.
I kind of feel like for a while I just thought like, oh, of course they're going to have fucking every single Marvel character in Secret Wars.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what they're doing. This movie specifically seems like we're confirming those Avengers versus X-Men things.
Is Secret War is going to be like this 3-hour and 15-minute extravaganza? Or are they going to break it into 2 films, you think, after they get rolling on it?
As of right now, Doomsday is like 2 hours 30 minutes, and then Secret Wars is 3 hours.
Yeah.
So
It kind of just seems like they're going to do Infinity War Endgame type thing again.
Yeah. I mean, it would be cool to do a Doomsday and then Secret Wars Part 1 and 2. I just don't know how much story they have to do. Here is a list of major stars that were not announced yet, at least, for Doomsday's cast.
Michael Gandolfini.
Yeah. Well, funny enough, fucking one of them on here is Charlie Cox as Daredevil. I don't know what the fuck he would do.
Yeah.
Chris Evans, Haley Atwell.
Did nothing last night.
Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. Danai Gurria as Okoye. That was probably butchered. Chris Pratt as Star-Lord. Charlie Cox as Daredevil. Benedict Wong as Wong. Amon Vellani as Miss Marvel. Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye. No Tom Holland as Spider-Man. For a minute there, once they started announcing X-Men people, I was like, oh, we're going to get Tom Holland. We're going to get Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire. No, none of them. Oscar Isaac as Moon Knight. Don't really know what he would do. Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie. Evangeline Lilly as the Wasp. Paul Bettany as White Vision. Tatiana Mansley as She-Hulk. Don Cheadle as the War Machine. Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. Olga Kurilenko as Taskmaster. Taskmaster is fucking dying in 5 minutes in the Thunderbolts. So Dominique Thorne as Ironheart, Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop, Elizabeth Olsen as the Scarlet Witch, Dakota Johnson as Madam Web was not announced. That's funny.
Wow, imagine that.
It's funny that they even put that on there. Jati Gomez as America Chavez, Teyona Paris as Monica Rambeau, and Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. Not announced, which is interesting because
I feel like it's the type of list where like it's meant to make posts like that, where like people are like, oh, they have this person, not this person, just to like it makes more.
Yeah,
like,
I also wonder if just these people have not signed a contract yet.
Or maybe there's going to be stuff coming up and they don't want to spoil stuff. So
I could see that. I mean,
just think of the names of all these people that you threw out there. All these people in Marvel.
It's also fucking crazy that
just amazing.
There's like 27 or 28 kind of pretty big actors already attached to this movie. And we're not done.
Yeah, no, it's becoming like a showcase.
Yeah.
They all love doing this for some reason.
Well, it pays well.
I guess it pays well, and it also shows well.
Yeah.
It brings them to markets that they probably never would have touched. I mean, look at Cumberbatch. If it wasn't for this, how many other movies would some of these people see him in? And he's a fantastic actor.
I think he was more under the radar before he was Doctor Strange.
Most certainly. Yeah. But he put out some great movies.
He'd still be playing like gay smart people in the 50s.
Exactly. Which that was a fantastic movie.
I mean, there's like fucking 3 I can think of that are the same thing like that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's going with a typecast from.
It's kind of the opposite effect of John Bernthal, where everything he's done after the Punisher is just the Punisher. Yeah, it's insane that we have this many people. The big thing for me is like the story that they want to tell with the X-Men here.
Yeah.
We're bringing back the 2000s X-Men plus Channing Tatum, I guess. James Marsden's character, I think, is the only one that canonically died in the world that he's from, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess fucking I don't even know what's going on with that universe.
Yeah, who's to say what universe it is, or if any of them are fully connected?
If it's that same Kelsey Grammer, then fucking Monica Rambeau's in there. So
yeah, that's weird. So I guess that's gonna be confirmed then too.
Yeah,
that she'll be in that. Also, Patrick Stewart, one of them died in one of the universes.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, fucking X-Men is just 15 different universes. So.
Well, that's like what I'm wondering. If it's going to be like, yeah, we have all these people from the X-Men, but like none of them even know each other and they're all different universe versions. Yeah.
It would be funny if like they actually used the like failure of continuity as like another point of like stronger than Days of Future Past, where it's like, oh, this fucking universe is so fucked up.
Yeah. What kind of would make sense if we're doing the incursions thing. Yeah. It's just a whole, maybe they're somehow all an anchor being for their universe.
Yeah. Because I mean, it almost feels like it's just like something that they do, like regardless, whenever they do like a multiverse type thing or time travel thing. Because I mean, like Deadpool was even touching that a bit. So
what exactly are you saying?
Like the whole thing with how like the continuity is so fucked and like there's different universes that are like vaguely connected there.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, the X-Men one is just so convoluted anyway.
Yeah.
Now, just speaking of this, how do you think Loki fits in now, knowing what we know from the show?
Well, he's the god of stories, so I think he just kind of has some major control over the time stream.
Yeah, he's sitting right in the middle of it all.
Yeah.
That could be interesting.
I don't exactly know how it fits in, but then again, I also... Like, one of the big marketing things that I keep seeing after this announcement is it all leads back to Doom. Or, like, it all leads to Doom. So, I don't exactly know what that means.
When he was making the timelines green, it was actually Doom.
Maybe.
You may just find that out.
Yeah.
I do think we're probably going to see Loki in Secret Wars, though.
Well, you mean, like... Additionally to this? Yeah.
So, like, even just, like, as a big moment, like, oh, they finally got here. Yeah.
Sure. They finally got here. It is funny, though, like, Jonathan Majors put out that whole thing, like, talk to Marvel, they never... I don't know, he's British. And I messaged Kevin Feige, and he never got back to me.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's been a whole fucking, like... PR stunt going for him recently. Fucking
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Put out that whole statement about him right before more shit about him came out. Yeah. That's a bad look. Anyway, he's done, and Marvel's clearly moved on. I don't know if I would exactly say this was a bigger announcement than RDJ as Doom.
Yeah.
But I guess it's cool to be like, yeah, we're fucking doing the X-Men thing.
Yeah. I'm still on the fence about RDJ as Doom, and I know Nikki he's beside himself. He doesn't like it at all.
Yeah. It's gonna be one of those things that you just won't know until you see it.
Yeah.
So
I feel like, I don't know, like they gotta do like something with like how Keaton was Batman. Like they gotta release some shit. But more than just like a picture. It's gotta be like a video or some shit of him doing the role.
Yeah. No, definitely.
I mean, they're keeping it close to the chest. Few things that they're keeping close to the chest lately. One being, I guess, Reed Richards' powers, what they're gonna look like. They've yet to show anything about that. Nothing really further about RDJ's Doom, but he's their lead villain, I guess, but seems just like the lead role, kind of lead actor of this movie. The way that they're promoting him, like I don't think he actually will be the lead actor.
You don't think it's gonna be like how Thanos was in Infinity War?
I think it will be like that, but would you consider him like the lead of that movie?
I don't know. Wait, Thanos for Infinity War?
Yeah.
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 I mean, like he's pretty much like, if you think about it, he is like the protagonist.
It's true.
And how that movie's
like the whole story is running through his motives, I guess.
Yeah.
I could see it being like that.
Yeah.
I'll say this overall, like this is probably closest to like Infinity War and Endgame hype that I've felt in a long time for Marvel.
And this is day one.
Yeah.
So hopefully there is some better stuff.
All right, so that was our initial reactions to Marvel's release of the Avengers Doomsday cast so far. Let us know down in the comments if this makes you more excited for Avengers Doomsday, if there's any characters that are missing that you would want to see. And remember to like and subscribe to Cape Critiquers for more. Next week, we will be talking about superhero movie, so stay tuned.
Bye.
Bye.